What do you do in the evening when you don't know what to do? Read a book, play a game, every night is just the same. What do you say if I tell you how to keep from feeling blue? My advice is good to take and it's easier to do. When you're all alone, any old night, and you're feeling out of tune, pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Underneath the bright, silvery light, you'll be feeling better soon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Look, look, look at the stars above. Look, look, look at those sweeties love. Oh boy, give me a night in June. I mean it, all you got to do any old night when you're feeling out of tune. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. When you make a date any old night, gonna meet your sweetie soon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Underneath the bright, silvery light, that's the only place to spoon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Walk, walk, kiss and then walk again, talk, talk, kiss and then talk again. Oh joy, sweethearts are all in tune. I mean it, when it's raining out, stay in a room, but on a lovely night in June, here's what to do, sweetie, and you just get out and get under the moon. If you're with a girl and she is cold, says she doesn't want her spoon, don't you feel blue? Here's what you do, just get out and get under the moon. If you feel a kiss and she gets sore, she'll forget it mighty soon. Don't stop to fret, she'll learn to pet when you get her under the moon. Indoors, there's not a thing to do. In-laws walk in and out on you. Oh boy, sister and brother too. I've tried it, just take my advice. If she is nice, nice as any night in June, just take her hand, she'll understand, and get out and get under the moon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Sunday night usual rendition of Hunters Anonymous. As always, James is checking my mic and making sure I'm not as
Tolerable.
high quality as,
Yeah,
except for little wisps at the end.
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Whatever.
It's only been a year. We'll get there.
Yeah. Well, no, it's been over a year, so we should have been there and back. But
Well, we can make strides to not improve our channel at all, like some people, but I don't want to go there.
well, we all have standards,
right? It's almost a red tie event. I don't know.
Lord, cheap Walmart red tie. Yeah, I've been having. I don't know. Well, how's everybody doing tonight? By the way, first of all, y'all doing okay?
Can you hear your tongue hit your teeth when you talk? It's all good.
That I would not doubt it. Yeah, I don't know. Past what month I've been having some techno issues. Everything
Yeah, a
from
little bit.
Robotniks to no, you know. I mean, at least our standards are much higher than most. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? I've got stories this evening. traumatized. You were up till 3 a.m., Zach? Okay. Is that a story? Is it a story we can tell here on air? As if it mattered. Jed says, doing good here, just working, hopefully going to the HAH Hunters Against Hate event here in Louisville. You should totally go. If you're right there, you should go to it. Paul's absolutely freaking out about it, apparently. So he's got to have a good turnout, which I think he will. Oh, Zach, that's right. James told me about the casting of your head. That's cool. Anybody that's got stream loots, be sure to play them tonight, except for the extendio time thing, because James will hand it right back to you.
Yeah. What did you say? I'm sorry.
What happened?
Nothing. You're fine.
No, I said the stream loots are active tonight. Just don't play the extendo times, because James will hand it right back to you.
Yeah, don't do that. It's gonna come back with a vengeance.
See if I touch this cord, what happens?
You fucking electrocute yourself.
I would be so lucky if I just electrocuted myself. Knowing me, I'll go into Robotnik mode. Let's see, what can I drape this on? Ooh, that did work. And broke nothing.
I tell you what, man, I've got some serious contemplations about getting these little candy things that you have sprinkled about the logo with getting in a tattoo.
Wait.
Like the lollipop with the pumpkin face and stuff.
Oh, I'm starting to really like that particular one. The candy in general is kind of cool, for vector art. But when I finally realized what Dolos and his body should be doing, which is chilling and pointing and resting, I'm like, oh, well.
Now he's leaning.
Lollipop. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. I love the orange. I mean, orange is my favorite color.
And the two stream loots in the shop, I made those a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to read if you're on a big screen. It was just time to change things up. The deal is I changed up all the graphics and stuff like that and ended up fucking up my technology. Why not? Upgraded the graphics and screwed up my technology. It's all good.
Yeah, Zach's head mold came out really well.
That's pretty cool. Maybe throw a picture up or something.
Yeah, if he doesn't care, I could make things happen like that. I don't know if he wants to wait till he gets further along in it, but it's up to him. Maybe
Zach,
save it for a story time when he comes on.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's just save it. That's a good idea, because then it gives him an incentive to come on.
I'm sure we'd really have to twist his arm to get on.
But... Oh, he said he didn't care.
Yeah, I think we should do just a segment on it one night, though. Just get him on here and we talk about it.
Yeah.
And share the whole thing then.
You'll have more to it.
Yeah, plus we can get more people on. It's Midwest Haunter Convention Sunday, so the numbers are going to be low, and I want to give it the recognition that it deserves, because you get your daughter to do it, which is cool. But we'll definitely show it. We'll do it properly.
Yeah, Zach, we'll wait, man. We'll wait till we get you back on here, and you'll have progressive stuff on it. So we'll like James just said, everything James just said, we'll do that. So we'll keep it a surprise.
All right, we got to chug through these next couple of months. They're going to be the ramp up to Halloween, but man, does July and August just go so slow.
Well, it's weird that next week is July. It's like this year is now going by. Last year, we were in pandemic mode. It was like it took 10 years to get through 1 year. Now it's like took a month to get through half a year.
Yeah, for real though. I mean, we were doing 3 shows last year, and it seemed like our week was 5 weeks long. Like there was no. I mean, I guess because we were staying on for 4.5 hours at a stream too, so the days tend to, when you're staying up until 2 a.m. on stream, your days they do tend to get rather long.
Yeah, those were fun. They were a fun experiment, but I'm pretty sure those would be few and far between, if any at all.
Yeah,
Again.
and a lot of it was built for last year, like because nobody had anything to do.
Right.
People couldn't go to work. People couldn't really go out anywhere. Not the ones that, were smart about it. So it just kind of filled a niche that, unfortunately, it's kind of still there, but not really. So I think July 1st, everything opens up here, like completely. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, of course, Florida's been balls to the wall for a while now.
Of course, yeah. Florida's been balls to the wall since what was it?
2019.
June of 2020.
Yeah.
People, you know what? I'm not going to get into it. Too political.
Nah. Yeah.
I
will say one quick thing. I was looking at pictures of Midwest Honors Convention, and it was interesting. You saw some people walking around with masks when there was no crowds, and then all of a sudden in the crowds, like they were nut to butt with no masks on. Same people. And I'm like, oh, well, this is logical. But there again, I still wear a mask when I go out. It's all good. I feel a little bit better about getting my shots, but I still wear my mask. And I will be going end of July to Wind Creek Casino for my birthday, but I'll be wearing a black mask, so I look all swanky.
An Honors Anonymous mask.
Oh, I could wear that one too. I don't know. Nobody would know what the hell was going on.
That's the point.
What is that?
I've slapped this Honors Anonymous sticker on every vehicle we have, I think. Hell, I put them on my sister's vehicles. So what? Let's hear your spiel, your story.
Oh yeah. So everybody knows that I'm going to be super decorating the house this year, and Sub-Zero's mask. And the theme that's locked in place is a die-in theater. So it's going to be a drive-in theater, but it's the sign will say die-in theater. And a short bit ago, James gave me an idea about incorporating a cemetery or graves.
Yeah,
so
it was a cemetery in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I figured it all out. I have figured it out, and we'll see how y'all like the story. So, and then I'll explain the names and stuff kind of as I go through. So, the backstory and this is going to be an abbreviated version when I write it out, because I'm actually going to write this out on the website, but and on the Facebook page. But the backstory to this is that in the 1910s, there was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Patterson who owned a cemetery, a big one, and he'd been around a while. He'd been in his family a while, and it was getting pretty full, and times were kind of tough, and he really needed like some money. So he had the cemetery for a while, and a couple decades later, around in the mid to late 30s, he decided that the cemetery was now just flat full, and he wasn't going to get any more money for any more burials or anything like that. And so he decided that he would pull up a portion of the gravestones and the markers and sell a piece of the property to make some money, some quick cash. But he knew that he had to find a buyer that he could sort of tell what he had done, who would be kind of covertly fine with it, and wasn't going to build anything that would really dig anything up. Well, he came across a man by the name of Mr. Rozicki. And Mr. Rozicki said, I'd love to buy the property, and I have no problem with that, because what I'd like to do, because it's becoming all the rage, is put a drive-in theater. And actually, the forms of drive-in theaters had been around since the early 1900s, but it was not until the mid to late 30s when drive-in theaters became a patented idea and everybody was doing it. And so he said, no problem. He said, I'm just going to asphalt over, I'm just going to gravel over everything anyway. And so they came to an agreement, came to an accord, and he bought the section of the cemetery and put a drive-in theater, and he named it Rozicki's Drive-In Outdoor Theater. So it became real popular and all that kind of stuff, and went on for years and years. And probably around like the early 50s, maybe the late 40s, Mr. Patterson, the owner of the rest of the cemetery, was very ill, and he realized on his deathbed that he should have never did what he did, and he desecrated these people's graves and all that stuff. So he had nobody to pass the cemetery on to. So he put in his will to give the rest of the cemetery to Mr. Rozicki, hopefully to atone for his sins of what he did to desecrate the graves and all that stuff. And then he died. Well, Mr. Rozicki was very happy to get the rest of the cemetery, and he decided he wanted to expand. So he took the rest of the markers, tossed them to the wayside, so he could expand and make a bigger concession stand, um, more places for people to watch the movie, and some and very popular for quite a while. And nobody was the wiser, because all the markers were gone, everything had been graveled or paved over. Well, Mr. Rozicki was getting up in age, and he knew he was passing on too, and he held on as long as he could. And he had nobody to pass the drive-in theater to, and he died. I haven't figured this part of the story out, but the drive-in theater gets sold, probably by auction, to some folks, and they decide to keep it a drive-in theater. And they have no idea what's underneath the drive-in theater. And over time, weather and stuff like that kind of starts eroding stuff, and some stuff starts popping out, and they really don't know what it is. They don't really worry about it because they don't know there's a cemetery there. Well, Mr. Rozicki died because of what he did. Uh, for desecrating the rest of the graves than the ones he had done before. His ghost gets stuck at the drive-in theater. Like, he can't leave that area. He's been like like locked into where he's at for his sins of doing what he did. And so he, for the rest of his ghostly time, or when the drive-in theater's there, he has to, when the drive-in theater closes at night, he has to come around, and he cranks everything back up, and he has to play old movies for all the ghosts and the dead people and the deceased in the cemetery, and that's his punishment. So he has to crank up the theater when all the patrons are gone, and he has to run the whole thing, the concession stand and everything, for all the dead people and the ghosts that are in the under the drive-in theater. And that's the story I've come up with so far. Hopefully I didn't just like completely crap out.
No, you didn't. I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine.
But yeah.
So that's that's basically the story.
So for
I'll fine tune it a little
Halloween,
bit.
like for the do like a Halloween tie-in. So every year they would do a special event for Halloween or whatever where they would do trick or treating.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then you can have like do a bit where
Hey, Danny.
on the night where on Halloween when they're doing the trick or treating at the drive-in, say like one of the guests falls into one of the graves, breaks through the casket or whatever. Um, and then you can I'm spitballing here. I know this is like way over the top. Um, but just to put more Halloween into it too.
Oh, sure.
And then you could
And I
have
could,
like the kids walk through the same area,
yeah.
and then have
Well,
like that one grave kind of not so much dug up, but built up enough so it looks like there was a hole there.
well, and that's a cool idea. I'd even thought about though saying that there was a very, very small portion of the cemetery that he never touched, like a very small, like a living room size, um, because he couldn't do anything with it, and he didn't want to spend the money to pull the stones up,
Yeah.
and that's where he eventually got buried. But then, if he got buried there, then somebody would know that the whole thing was a cemetery, or maybe they thought just that little bit was a cemetery. And I could make it where, every night, every night that in October, it's like a Halloween night. There's going to be jack o' lanterns and stuff everywhere. I could almost do it like a theater that's dressed up for for October.
Yeah. So the
So,
theater's
but
having a
that's
special event for Halloween.
yeah. It's literally it literally is October. So the theater is decked. It's kind of like that theater that's not too far from you does. Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
start showing like Halloween stuff.
In Lee Heighton.
Is that the theater?
Yeah, that's actually the town. That's where they
Oh,
are.
oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh, oh.
Yeah.
So that was the backstory. I'm up for suggestions like that. But that it was the backstory to try and tie in the fact that it's a cemetery. I wanted to do it where it was like, we talked about a drive-in theater either built on a cemetery or a cemetery and a drive-in, or it's a combination. But I wanted to have a creepy backstory and make it where nobody really knows, like all these people died. And then just to kind of give you, Mr. Patterson, the last name Patterson, actually in Pensacola, uh, they were a pretty wealthy family that owned a lot of property.
Mm-hmm.
And the street that I live on, Cypress Street, actually used to be called Patterson Street.
Nice.
Early 50s. So that's why I said Mr. Patterson. Of course, Rosicky is from Willie Rosicky.
Yeah.
And the concession stand, because it's going to have a name too. The concession stand is going to be called Hazel's Deluxe, Deluxe Snacks.
Nice.
And Hazel is my grandmother's first name.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm trying to tie a lot of stuff in, but that's it. I'm going to start writing the story down and fine tuning it and asking for ideas and all this stuff. And it's given me the direction of how the drive-in is going to look. As far as a drive-in, like I said, using that wrought iron. So that's basically what I came up with as far as the tie-in.
That
Hey, Mark.
works, man. What's up, Mark?
But yeah, I wanted to try and incorporate. I kept thinking like, how can I get my grandmother in this? I'm like, oh shit, just name the concession stand after her.
Are you gonna have an actual, like, are you gonna build a little concession stand area?
No. What I'm going to do is the side of the house, like maybe, actually probably the corner of the house. I'm going to decorate it as a concession stand.
Why don't you do your front porch as a concession stand?
Well, it's going to tie into that too. So,
and then
but,
Halloween night, you could give out candy from the concession stand.
I can throw popcorn at people.
Yeah, it just
put
it on the pizzazz and let it pop its way out into the
right on this. I'll yeet popcorn off the pizzazz into the kids' cars. But no, the corner of the house though it'll be the corner of the house will I'm going to decorate it to make it look like the side of the building of the concession stand. But yeah, I think we had talked about a while ago that the front porch would end up being quote unquote the concession stand. Like I'm going to get like a pack of 100 old style looking popcorn bags
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I think that's what I'm going to use to put more than just treats in. You know, like I'm going to put something like edible, but I'll hand those out, and then I'll have like candy I can just throw in their basket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to make it an event for kids. Eat the damn treats. I'm gonna eat some popcorn. But yeah. So that's the idea of the main decorations of the house, and then down the side of the house. I'm thinking I'm going to try and make that look like just grass or something. I haven't really decided on the side of the house. I can keep the side of the house dark, but I know where the movie screen's going to be. I know how the car lights are going to be set up. I know signage. Now that I know names, I can start making the signs with the names. The front porch will definitely half of the front porch will become the concession stand because towards the bar side of the porch, I'm going to try to do something else. I think I want to kind of keep it dark. I think I'm not sure yet, but yeah, that's the idea. Is like yeah, so the house becomes Hazel's deluxe snacks.
Nice. What the hell was that?
What the hell was that?
What do you think?
Jesus. All these.
This thing. It's a scarecrow that's on my desk.
Folks, you will not get this quality entertainment anywhere else except Honors and Honors.
Right.
But that's my information for the evening. I've finally have come a lineage of because everything should have a backstory.
It's a good
I know,
one.
right, Mark? And I'll refine it. The idea is that by the end of July, I will have the website for the house completely up and running as far as for Halloween. That's my goal. That's why I'm trying to get back into graphic artist bullshit mode. Because even there's y'all saw it actually. There's portraits in my living room, and there's one of my grandmother. I'm going to take a really high quality picture of it, and then I'm going to vector it, and I'm going to black it out. So all you'll see is her silhouette, because she has kind of curly hair. I could do a silhouette, and those in the know would know it was her. So her silhouette will be the part of the image for Hazel's deluxe snacks.
That's cool. I like the whole idea of a concession stand that you actually are giving out candy on Halloween. Like, that's cool. Speaking of snacks and Halloween, there's on Amazon Prime. Hey Rick, for any of those that may have
Thanks, Rick.
Amazon Prime and like really, 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 really overly to the top cheesy bad movies. There's a movie called Attack of the Donuts. The Killer Donuts, sorry. So it's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, but it's donuts. Just if you have doubts, watch the trailer and all doubt will be removed.
Is it included with Prime, or is it a rental?
Yeah, no, it's included with Prime.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And that's not, I mean, we're not even talking like on the level of the Killer Sofa, which isn't even a sofa, it's an armchair. That's also Amazon Prime.
Okay, so Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Yep.
Well, there you go. I'm sure I'll see that before it'll be Halloween. I will see that before Halloween this year. I guarantee it.
Which?
No, well, Hubie Halloween. No, the donut thing I actually may end up watching tonight because I've been trying to watch more stuff, and I love Pluto TV. For anybody that's, God, I love Pluto TV. It's just so random. What are y'all watching?
Attack of the Killer Donuts on Amazon Prime, Mark.
The only thing, total side note, because now I want donuts, but great. The only thing I have not decided on, because I don't know if some of y'all may remember that if I have enough time and everything else to do the main part of the yard, I have the other side of the yard that I always try to do something to if I have time. I don't want to leave it dark this year. So I'm trying to think what I can do over there.
Maybe you fence that off and make it the graveyard and light it up. So, like, that's obviously a graveyard, but people don't realize that where they are also is a graveyard.
Yeah.
So then that'll just take up a big area on your side, and you can put out tombstones and such.
I would love to. Yeah, I could. I would love to, because I totally can do this actually very easily. I would love to make it where people walked into the die-in, actually meander their way around the back of my house, and then come out on the other side and exit through the other side of the yard.
So now you're approaching like home haunt almost.
Almost. But the cool thing is in the back of the house, it's far enough away from the house that I don't have to worry about fire marshal. Nothing's covered. The path is extremely flat and easy to navigate. But all I'd have to do is put like lights up in the trees and a couple of things, and just make it where people could just. It wouldn't have to be a whole lot. Sounds and lights,
Yeah.
Maybe that's where I'd put a fog machine. I would just like to. I'd like to be able to have people just, instead of having to go look at the die-in and then go down the walkway and then go look at the other thing. I'd like to tie them in.
Well, you know what?
I'd do that relatively easy.
Yeah, it would actually be kind of cool if you're doing that. Put the marked off. This is a graveyard area on the one side. Have your path go around the back, and that's where you would start doing like. That there's hidden graves here that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And then you can do all the sound effects and the smoke and such in the back area. And then have them transition into the actual graveyard area.
Yeah. I could do it. I mean, I could do it really easy. I mean, oddly enough, it would be way too easy to do. I would just like to utilize somehow the entirety of the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Because the back of the backyard is dark as hell.
Hey, 13.
Hey, 13. We just missed my whole damn story. I knew you'd come in right after the fact too. 13. If you get a chance, try watching the beginning of the show when you can, because I just gave the entire backstory to my home haunt this year. So I'd love some input from you. So when you get it, no, don't be sorry. I'm playing with you. But you did miss like the bulk of my story. So when you get a chance, just rewatch the first 30 minutes. Listen to the backstory that I've made up for the haunt this year here, and then give me some feedback. Let me know. Give me some ideas, man. Mark says, let me know where you get your gravestones. I'm hating everything I'm finding. Mark, this is going to sound weird. You're going to hate, unless you spend a ton of money, you just need to make your own.
Yep.
You're not going to find any good ones. They're all crap. You have to basically spend. Well, let me ask you this, Mark. How many gravestones do you need? how many are you looking for, and what sizes are you looking for? While we wait for that answer.
Haunted mansion.
That's right. Mark, you could go shopping at midnight when you get me that damn Groot robot. But I would love to be able to do that because I could keep everybody away from the house. Not because I was worried about the house, but if you keep crowds far enough away from your house and everything else, you're pretty much and you don't put them through a covered area,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't have to worry about fire marshal. If I get to a point where I can do the walk around all the way around, I will still get the fire marshal out here and show them what I'm going to do and get their approval.
Holy
Because I
crap.
know how this works. I think anything less than 20. Wait, I think anything less than 20 would look weird, and between 2 to 3 foot tall and around 18 inches wide and at least 2 inches thick.
He's going big time.
Well, dude, you better start shopping at the Haunted Mansion like James said, man.
That's some money right there, boy.
20.
2 to 3 feet tall, 18 inches wide, and at least 2 inches thick.
You need to bring some sandwiches to the machine shop at Disney and ask those folks to make you some stuff.
Yeah, give him Honors Anonymous stickers too.
Yeah. Mark, I mean, 2 to 3 foot tall, 18 inches wide, and 2 inches thick. Minimum, you're looking at probably about $20 a piece. And that's me throwing a number out there for some of the stuff that I've seen. That doesn't seem like it'd be too difficult.
Go 13's way. He's got some old marble slabs.
Made out of styrofoam. Yeah.
Get yourself a hot wire and a couple of big ass things of styrofoam.
Yeah.
Easiest way to do
Mark,
it.
I'll look around, Mark. Now that I've got some extremely finite specifics from you, I'll look around and see what I can. What's your budget? What's your budget? And of course, you'll be using these for several years. Go to Louisiana with a big truck.
Yeah. Well, styrofoam, put some Flex Seal over it, and you're good to go.
As little as possible. What's interesting, speaking of cemeteries and all that, I think we've talked about this forever ago, but most cemeteries have a pile called dead dirt, and it's dirt they can't put back in a hole when there's somebody in it, and they usually put it off to the far corner of the cemetery. And we have here we have St. John's Cemetery, which is 10 square blocks of cemetery. So, and they have a lot of dead dirt. And I went up there with a neighbor of mine to get dirt for his yard, and we kept hitting these hard pieces. And we found, and it was way too heavy to lift. We found the lid for a vault, an underground vault. It was broken in half. Way too heavy. I wanted it so bad though. But then we found pieces of marble. It's the marble that they use to line like a family's grave.
Mm.
And you could tell that it was from a site that had just been done, and it was like leftovers. So I have about 7 pieces that are anywhere from 2 to 4 feet long of marble stone that goes around a family plot in my backyard.
You might want to check that dirt. There may be some other stuff mixed in there.
No, God, I would love to go through that whole pile because there's probably some interesting stuff for real. And the funny but sad part is we get some good winds around here. It'll take like some of the old plastic flowers that have been on the grave sites for a long time that are faded, and they'll blow it all south of the cemetery against the fence. And I could go with like a truck and go get tons of old, worn out looking plastic cemetery flowers. I just never had the heart to do it. And eventually somebody comes and cleans it up, but I'm like, Jesus. Mark says, I honestly thought when I first started looking, I would get all that for like $40. I quickly found out that I was wrong. Yeah. You're all. You could get all that at Dollar Tree for $20, but they'd be a foot tall and half-inch thick.
That's like the
I
most
was-
metal thing ever, too, by the way. Just cover my yard in dead dirt. Like, you better be listening to Slayer, you know, while you're doing some gardening.
Well, Zach says, who disturbed my pile? Well, my neighbor down the road.
Oh, you went Robo big time there.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully that's not going to start up. Okay. Are you sure it wasn't like that? Because I did that a few minutes
No,
ago.
it was Robo.
Okay. No, my neighbor raised his entire front yard a good foot and a half with dead dirt. Yeah, his yard's a lot of dead dirt.
It's making me want to watch Poltergeist.
James, I think while we're talking about me being Robotnik here again, because I know my connection's fine. Maybe for ministry we can try one of the other services just out of experiment.
Yeah. We can do, we'll just try Discord for ministry. That's fine.
Ministry, so it's, because the last ministry I was fine, wasn't I?
Yeah. Yeah. It's only, you know what? Maybe it's a Sunday night thing. Maybe there's just too many people using Google Meet on a Sunday.
Well, okay, maybe Google Meet or maybe just I don't know, a bunch of people at the yacht club on Verizon or something.
Well, that
I don't
can't be
know.
either because the last two Haunters Anonymous were on Mondays, and that's when we always have the problem. Our show is
Yeah.
just haunted, obviously.
Well, like I said, well, you'll have to give me the Cliff Notes version of Discord again, but
Yeah, that's easy. Well, I mean, you're already on it, so just gotta
yeah,
click on
just
the
for
room.
just for the hell of it, just as an experiment.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, hey, Ellen.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, your mom has to listen to the first part of the show too, so she can give me some idea.
I can give her the Cliff Notes version.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, and I don't know. So I'll see if there's some way to. I'm wondering too if maybe the little bit of thing at the end of me talking is maybe this is an older laptop. Maybe the ports aren't giving it enough power.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, I'll experiment. As long as it's not like like you said, it's not
I've heard worse.
standard quality.
I do not own the rights to any of the songs or gifs in this video.
Or the clowns, or their vape sticks.
This is a legally binding statement I'm making to you right now.
As we listen to highly copyrighted music. But I've absolved myself of all of that.
That little bit of
my
information
company.
at the bottom of my video makes me safe to use anything I want. Don't worry, folks. Next Haunters Anonymous, we're going to watch Poltergeist. I'm just going to make sure I put a disclaimer. I do not own this movie or any of the rights to it.
But Carol Ann said it was fine. I will wear my red underwear, and I'll start incorporating a pair of red underwear on all of our logos. Mr. Dolos will be wearing a pair of Speedos or something. TMI. You're going to have to give your mom the Cliff Notes version of that, too. So she doesn't think that I'm more loony than I am. But yeah, so 13, if you're still with us, I've got my backstory down almost. So you're gonna have to get on the ball. We gotta get you on here. I get you on here so we can compare notes.
Oh, I want to hear his story anyway about the sisters. So
Yeah, that's true too. That's actually true too. I know that just for uh, to push us straight into the future. Next Sunday, I will not be available. so if James is available, we'll have to do another Monday stream. And once we transition from ministry, once we put it on hiatus for a short bit, it won't matter too much if every other Sunday is shot. It has to be a Monday.
yeah.
Hemon says you are part of this crazy family. And I say this all seriously. I am extremely privileged and very honored and humbled to be part of the crazy family.
Yep, it's definitely crazy.
Super crazy.
Not your standard family,
Not as
for sure.
With all of our red apparel, playing our copyrighted music, but laying no claim to it because we've given a disclaimer. Stupid asses. Ooh, 13 says he's working on it.
Fantastic. I
Fantastic.
don't put too much pressure on you. You're a busy guy. You got a lot of things.
Yeah,
going on.
but next week is July, so
yeah.
Chop chop.
You should be 3/4 of the way done at minimum right now.
I think last year we had you on in like May or something. So, Going to be on Haunt Hour in August. Nice.
That's cool.
Just stay away from anybody with red ties, okay? Thank you.
Or that put themselves in a triangular box.
You said that, and wait a minute. You have to say it, a circular triangle box. Slice and dice so badly with fonts that go beyond comprehension.
Yay.
It's the New World Order.
Oh, God.
13, man, one day when we get you not on live stream, we'll tell you. No worries. No worries. You'll never the people we're talking about, you're infinitely higher class than what they normally have on their quote unquote. I don't even know what it's called. I can't even think of the word. Interviews? Maybe.
I guess. I don't know.
But even if they had you on there, they would just have like copyrighted background music so loud in the back, and
we're like a year and like 4 months into this, and I don't even know what the hell we are at this point. This is just the most interactive haunt show that I've seen. We pay attention to our viewers more than anyone that I have watched.
Yeah, because we literally read every single line that comes through.
Even Reggie's craziness.
Where's he, by the way?
Too much devil lettuce, I guess.
He probably came on at 7 o'clock. 13 says it is for being a winner in the Haunters Award. That is absolutely fantastic. See that? Like we got to get you on and talk about that. We got to talk about what you're doing. We got to get the story about the sisters. Oh my God, we'll probably have to have like a 2-hour show when we get you on.
He's like, yeah, I'm busy. I don't have time for
Oh,
this.
yeah. I'll give you 10 minutes. 10 minutes and 3 words. But I am looking forward to it. So when 13, when you can look into the near future and tell us when is a good evening, one of our evenings, or if you just decide you want to wait a few weeks and do it on Wednesday when we put ministry on hiatus for a wee bit. It's all up to you, man. That's nice. Thanks, 13.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we will make whatever time for you as well. But you definitely have to you have to listen to the first 30 minutes because I need some inspiration from you. Listen to my background story and give me some ideas. And then James will definitely be seeing you, right? Still.
Yeah, for sure. For a longer time this time.
Yeah. Mark says I'm just saying he should kick off a Friday.
Oh, I don't know about those Fridays.
Mark, James and I were talking about those things. I told him I try to watch Big Clive on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. Super cool techno dude. He has close to 3-hour live streams on Saturdays, but he did say this Saturday that he is probably going to be backing off of those. Because James, he said the same thing like we've been saying. It's like, yes, we couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't do anything, and so the 3 hours went by like a jiffy. But his brother Ralphie was on there, and he has a channel. He's a alcohol connoisseur, and Ralphie was a little bit inebriated and kept coming in and he was at Clive's house and kept interrupting. And I told James it reminded me of when we did the Friday night after darks and the Potters would come on, and it was just so damn funny.
And there was like there was no comprehending anything that was happening at that point.
No, but that's what made it so damn spectacular. Yeah, 13. Let us know. You are welcome whenever. I mean, we can accommodate any of our haunter nights. Like I said, I guess maybe we have 2 or 3 more ministry streams. James, you think?
Yeah, probably 2. I would assume, but because so it'll be the 20. What'll be the 29th?
Well, didn't you say like the middle of July?
So the next one for us will be the 30th.
For ministry, yeah.
Ministry, yeah. So we have 3 more technically if we cut it off July 14th being the last one. That seems like a good jumping off point, I think.
Yeah. Because that puts us in the middle of July, and we should have plenty of. You're welcome, Skeleton. 13. God, I just read the last name and not the 13th.
You're welcome, Skeleton.
You're welcome, Mr. Skeleton. I've lost my mind. But thank you too. Yeah, Mark, they were absolute hoot. God.
And I am not doing another Friday night unless Mark is available for it. I need the frogs.
The peeing.
I need the terrible Wi-Fi in the pool house area. These are my
I think that got fixed.
I know, but sometimes, you just gotta.
I myself miss the horrific Titanic sounding ice falling out of the ice maker.
Ice. Even if he doesn't use the ice maker, just drops.
Just shoot it all over the
glass.
floor.
Yeah.
So there you go, Mark. There's your challenge. There's your requirements, Mark, for a Friday night.
I don't even care what night it is. Any night that he's available, when we get closer to Halloween, we can do one.
But those are the factors: the frogs, the peeing, and the enormous amount of ice being hurled at your kitchen floor. Oh, and the bad Wi-Fi. But that's okay, because I think the Wi-Fi part's been corrected, but maybe not.
Well, like they say, you can't go home again.
We gotta get Zach on here. We need to get Sean on here.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. When we get closer to Halloween season, and it's little maybe September, we need to do another scary stories with Zach night where we turn the lights off.
Well, that's true.
Because that was fun. And Zach could talk, an hour straight with no issue.
Shit, I know, right? I could just turn my mic off and sit back with my headphones. Enjoy the hell out of it.
I could throw the mic, yeah. Like my mom said, I could throw the mic outside. We could listen to cicadas. Of course, we really don't have that many.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and not far from us. They're everywhere, but nothing really here. A couple here and there.
I could put my mic next to my fan going at jet speed. But yeah, we definitely have to start. I think while we have the next 3 weeks before we hiatus ministry, we need to start getting our guests lined up.
Yep. We need to get some guests for ministry too. I feel like that always gets overlooked.
Oh yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to get any before we go on hiatus with it though. Unless Mark wants to come on. We just put Mark on a ministry night. Mark, what are you doing? I'm walking around Disney breaking things. Okay.
But as far as me reaching out to people that aren't home haunters, we're done with that, I think. Cause...
Oh, no. Yeah, no. That's what I'm talking about is home haunters. I don't want to. I mean, I'm still in the pro haunt. I'm still keeping up with it. And every once in a while, maybe have a little bit. But no, I don't. It's the same damn people that get recycled over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Some of them for good reason, but even the people for good reason, you kind of like, okay, well, how many times do we need to hear from XYZ, And you don't hear anything from home haunters, like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they've been on some show or something where they... Hope Reginald's okay. Now I'm just kind of like, where the hell is Reginald? Usually I got those fires and stuff out there.
Well, yeah, and it's like 115 degrees, so...
Screw that. Mark says, end of July, I can make any Friday happen. Okay.
All right, we'll figure out something.
God.
Wasn't actually expecting that to happen, but... Way to come back and bite me in the ass.
It won't hurt every super rare occasion. Mark says, I can do a Wednesday as I drive in. Spotty connection all through I-4 and Disney. Well, it would still be better than some of the standard stuff we've heard.
Exactly.
Listen, I've already gone through all the technical stuff with James. I've been trying to make this stuff happen. I don't know why things have changed so much from the cute little lapel mic that I used that worked just fine. And now all of a sudden, sweet baby Jesus, I've got I don't even know what right now trying to get all this to work. And I used to just have a lapel mic just, stuck to my damn t-shirt. And I was like, hey, everybody.
All right, folks.
Up for those 4-hour streams. Oh, it is top of the hour, isn't it?
It is.
All right. Well, the people we thought were not going to be here weren't here, so that's cool. All right, so James is giving the sigh of we're done. So, anybody that missed the first 30 minutes, kind of mostly speaking to you, 13, listen to it when you get a chance. Let me know about my backstory for the haunt. Give me your ideas. Once again, thanks to everybody for coming in for a Sunday night. Sorry, it kind of flip-flops every once in a while. Next Haunters stream will be on Monday. We'll be here for a ministry stream. But as always, y'all make this go by so fast because the chat is amazing. So I will do my usual. Stay safe, everyone. You know how. We've told you how. Thanks so much, and I'm going to pass it to James.
And I'm going to keep it short. So everybody be safe. Thank you for being here. Have a good evening. We will see you on Wednesday on Ministry. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.